So not only couldn't I sleep last night, but I was convinced I was having a heart attack. The nitro cold brew at 7 o'clock will be off the list of things that I could do.
Yeah, take care of yourself, Michael. We need.
So last night after that 7 o'clock thing, people are the worst, Jim.
I've come up with a nickname for myself. If I ever did like a general interest podcast that didn't have anything to do with sports, just had to do with life, I think it would be called the Skeptical Misanthrope.
People are the worst. Not anybody listening to this show, but people are the worst. So
everybody who doesn't listen to our program is the worst. That's how we define it.
And it's so funny that how this bothered me, okay? And I mean, like, I wasn't even right by it, but I heard it happen. And it honestly bothered me all day. I'm just walking across the Hennepin Bridge, and I hear a guy yelling below. So I turn around, and I look down by the Mississippi River right in front of the post office, and a young couple, are walking on the edge of the bike path. And what I heard was some guy scream, "Sidewalk," okay? And then as he's going by, he is cursing this couple out, like, "Get on the effing sidewalk, you piece of... Get on the effing..." Like, all he had to do was... Like, it's a big bike path.
Yeah.
All he had to do was do, like, 1 inch to the left, go by them. And he... Like, God knows what this couple were talking about. Maybe they're having a hardship in their life, whatever. This guy now, for the rest... Just because he was inconvenienced to move a foot to his left, decided, without knowing these human beings, to curse them out for the most minor infraction ever, walking on the bike path and not on the sidewalk. Like, what kind of human being does that, honestly? And it bothered me all day today. And I just cannot believe the mean-spiritedness of something. And the gutlessness of that guy. He wouldn't have done it if he was running, because they could have run right after him. But he knew that he could fly right by him, scare the living heck out of him, and curse him out while he was going 25 miles an hour on a bike. I mean, it's just it's just unbelievable. I wake up this morning and my sister-in-law asked me to do a favor and tweet out something that she's trying to do to raise money for American Heart Association, good cause. And some guy comes after me, creates 3 burner accounts and says the most nasty stuff. Like, who has the time to be such an a-hole to create 3 fake accounts and go after me for not only that, or a fundraiser that she's doing, but he went after me for last week, some guy that was in a motorcycle accident that's a wild fan that follows me on Twitter sent me something about his, I think, brother-in-law that was in a motorcycle accident, and he's got all these young kids, a fundraiser. And I'm like, yeah, of course I'll do it. It's no skin off my back to try to help somebody out if I can raise a little money for a family of 4. And this guy comes after that guy, saying that I had the audacity to do something, to put something on there for whatever he called him. Like, what is wrong with human beings these days? I really hope, 1, that the bikers listening to this podcast, but 2, that stupid piece of crap today that created those burner accounts is listening to this podcast. Frequent our sponsors, though. But otherwise, you are a grade A piece of crap, and I hope you are listening to this.
It is amazing.
As you could tell, I've had multiple coffees.
You've had a lot of coffee. But it is amazing. And, the thing is...
Like, what is wrong with people?
We see... When people think they're anonymous or they can get away with stuff, their behavior... The level of their behavior decreases, and it's why you see so much bad behavior when you travel. These people think they are unknown. They think they can slam their seat back and wreck your laptop because you don't know them. You're going to have to deal with them again.
Well, I said that to the guy on Twitter today, to one of his fake accounts that had no followers or listeners. I said, do you have a job or a purpose in life? I said, you're obviously embarrassed of what you're doing because you don't have the courage to say it from your real account. I said, so do me a favor. Who are you? Are your kids proud of you? Would your wife like to know what you're doing right now? Would your freaking parents, who I'm sure are great people, like to know what you're doing right now? That you have no life, that you are at 7:30 in the morning creating accounts to come after me for trying to help out my sister-in-law who's doing something for a good cause, or trying to raise money for a father that's in a coma that's got 4 kids? Like, are you that like you're, just freaking dog crap on the Stone Arch Bridge. That's what that guy is. And I just don't understand where people today, because of the anonymity or whatever, have lost all sense of humanity. And you see this in all realms of life. Like we all, and I'm sure that there are times in my life that I'm being hypocritical, but we all have to be better to each other. A biker being inconvenienced to go 1 foot to the left, not knowing a couple or what they're dealing with and why they're talking, and the absolute audacity of being on the bike path. Really? That's why you just cursed them out and scared the living crap out of them and ruined their night? And here I'm a stranger, wasn't even near it, and you ruined my day because I was thinking about it all day. I just don't understand people. So that's my message to everybody listening to this is let's for a week all try to be good to strangers. I don't know. How do we get on the subject? Oh, I'm over-caffeinated. So the wild.
That was a great rant.
Yeah.
That was a great rant. No, you know what? We're going to take a cleansing breath.
Okay.
We're going to thank. Here's my transition.
I need to mix in a water.
Here's my transition. You want to be treated well, Michael, as a human being?
Yeah.
Go to Twill. Go to the Edina Galleria. Go into Scott Dayton's
incredible
shop.
to everybody.
Scott
Kind.
is a kind person. His staff is very kind, and not only are they kind, they won't bug you. They're there to help you, but they're there to have a conversation with you if you want. But you can also just wander through the shop and find something you like in a very casual way. So check out twillmn.com for everything they have at Scott Dayton's Twill in the Edina Galleria.
Jim usually doesn't like to shop for clothes. I don't like it when he shops for clothes either, because he used to buy stuff I'd want to throw out. That's why I'm so glad he's found Twill in the Edina Galleria. He likes shopping there because of the comfortable environment and the friendly staff. He finds clothes that actually fit him properly and are high-quality brands that will look great for years, whether he's golfing or working. Our favorites so far are Peter Millar, Johnny O, and Barber. We spend our money at Twill because we love the clothes and we love the no-pressure shopping. Drop by Twill in the Edina Galleria for the best shopping experience and best clothes you'll find in the Twin Cities.
Okay,
right, you better now?
Yeah, but I need nice water. You know how some people need to mix in water when they're drinking heavily? That's me, only with coffee.
Well, you know what? And it's a light week. We can go off topic here a little bit. I
was in such a good mood an hour ago too. Like I was meeting with that guy at Starbucks, and he was asking me all these questions that got me like about early in my career that got me like taking a trip down memory lane. Like sometimes that's really fun to like think about
absolutely.
when you were a kid and how you got into this job and all the little decisions you made along the way to kind of like lead you to wherever you've been. And what it's kind of like that Dave Matthews song, what if I took a left turn instead of a right? What if I took a left turn and maybe, I'd be an accountant today? Who knows? I'd be an attorney. I'd be a cop. No, I don't think I have the guts to be a cop. That's what I told him. He's in law enforcement. And I'm like, I don't know how you guys do it.
I know.
It's just like, wake up every day to do such a dangerous job and we're in such a hypersensitive world that like a lot of people don't like you type thing, even though you're trying to like save our lives. So anyway, let's go down that rant.
Well, we're going to get to hockey. We're going to get to Twitter questions. I'm just going to ask one more tangential question about the topic we're on now, which is, have you seen a decrease in a decline in the behavior of sports fans in this age?
Well, yeah. I mean, did you see that Instagram picture video of Jack yesterday going crazy in his car?
No.
So there's I mean, I don't know if this is exactly what you're answering, but this is funny. So Jack was went viral yesterday. Viking fan during halftime when it was 24-0 Bills went into his car. He went into his car because he didn't want to get kicked out of his house by his parents, and he had an all-time 1-minute rant about how the Vikings suck, how he hates this team, how they were the one team that were going to win it all in his lifetime, and it's not just the Vikings, it's the Wild, the Wolves, the Twins, and everybody, and how he's going to go his entire life, he's going to be 80 and not see a championship, and it's freaking hysterical. So I tweet out, Barstool picked it up somehow. I don't know how they do that type of stuff. So I didn't know who it was. It didn't have that it was attached to this person. So I tweeted out, I said, if this person is an athletic subscriber, I'm going to gift you a subscription. So then I'm like, I don't know what it was. Like 2 hours later, I'm thinking like, as a reporter, I wonder who this Jack is. So I just tweet out, I just do a search on Twitter, Jack and Vikings or something. And immediately it comes up to his account. And it turns out to be this kid that I've known, like, known either, known not personally, but known via Twitter forever. Okay, like this kid named Jack Kinsman. Hopefully, it's okay that I said that. You put it on your Twitter account who you were. So, and it's so funny. I mean, I've met the father. I know the son. The son actually came to one of my sports writing seminars last year at University of St. Thomas, which probably explains his hostility. And like I remember he was. I sort of remember that when he met like Doc Emmerich at the outdoor game, like that type of stuff. So it turns out I actually know this guy. So if that's,
of course,
is that kind of what you meant? That like
no,
about
it's not what I meant at all. But that's okay.
I thought you were talking about sports fans acting crazy.
Yeah, well,
or I misunderstood the question.
Well, no, I was going down the road. Are sports fans as much ruder?
Oh,
has there been as big a decline in behavior of sports fans as in societies in general?
I think so. I mean, I remember when my brother's a gigantic Giants fan, and they were playing the Cowboys in the playoffs a couple 5, 6, 7 years ago. And my brother alone flew to Dallas to go to the game, and I was scared.
Yep.
I'm like, text me, like, because, my brother's a crazy New York fan. I don't know what he's going to say. I'm sure he's going to drink. Sports fans drink at a stadium. Like, you see it all the time, every single game. Right? Not YouTube videos of fans just beating the crap out of each other. I mean,
especially on the East Coast.
God, man, look at what were happening to Viking fans when they were walking in and out of the Philly stadium.
Philadelphia was the worst I've ever seen.
I mean, just again,
it was the worst.
I mean, people were throwing full beers at these people.
Yep.
I mean, like, again, it's
horrible.
humanity. I mean, I was in Philadelphia a couple of years ago when I forget why I was there, but some out of town fan was killed in the parking lot of a Phillies game. So I don't know. I do think that society now and people get so into sports. I mean, look, I don't behoove the passion. It's why
it's why we have a job.
We have jobs.
But we can also have jobs with people not killing each other in the parking lot.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, Wild fans are probably a little frank. Right now, it's probably not great to be a Vikings fan or a Wild fan. So they're probably mean.
All right, we're going to take another cleansing breath and tell you about when
we're like 20 minutes in the podcast. I've gotten you to choke like 4 times.
Yes, it's approaching a record. Let's go to Twitter questions next. Let's thank WizKids.tech, Minneapolis company, is doing very well, does great work, very interactive, very accessible. They can be your chief technology ally. WHIZKIDS.tech.
Hello, Minnesota sports fans. This is Michael Fannert, founder and CEO of WizKids. WizKids is a Minneapolis-based managed IT, hosted VoIP, and cloud services provider. Businesses today require fast response times, skilled support staff, clear communication, and technology recommendations that align with their business goals. At WizKids, we do this each and every day with our clients. When you call into our help desk for support or work with one of our higher-level engineers on a complex issue, you'll find our staff personable and ready to roll up their sleeves to help you solve your technology problems. Reach out to WizKids today to find out how we can help your business meet your technology goals. Visit us online at wizkids.tech. That's wizkids.tech. WizKids, make it happen.
It's funny. I was just at that Starbucks meeting with that guy, and he goes, "Do you like doing the podcast?" And I said, "Yeah, it's really good." He goes, "But I do think it probably would be better if Jim and I prepped." And he goes, "No, I think that's what makes it great, is that you don't prep." So I think this podcast so far has shown that. Well, I mean, none of this stuff was planned.
But that's the whole, to me, that's why I had never listened to a podcast until I did a podcast. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh, God, this is so much better than all other broadcast media I've ever done. Because you can do anything you want, within reason, within taste. Sometimes not even within taste. But you can I just love the openness, and the fact that we're not trying to set up a false debate. Yeah. We're not screaming at each other. We're not trying to kiss up to any team. We're just talking. We're talking the way we actually talk to each other.
I hope that guy that sent me those burner accounts listens to this.
I hope he does. I hope he does.
I just hope he like genuinely. Yeah. I mean, there's a chance. My sister-in-law is like, "Be careful. This guy sounds dangerous." I'm like,
but usually these guys are cowards.
Yeah, but I mean, or hopefully today, the reason why he never wrote me back after I asked him, like, "Who are you?" is that he realized, what, this is stupid. I gotta. So hopefully we both learned a lesson. because I don't like calling people losers on Twitter. God knows I'm not a winner.